and welcome to the light side
of the paranormal.
I'm Alice.
I'm Jenna, and this is Bob.
He's posing so perfectly.
He's my familiar, and it's actually quite a shock that he hasn't been in any of our videos. We've had to like edit out his meows though, but like himself, he has not been in any videos yet, and he decided he wanted to join us tonight, so we thought we'd let him. He's always kind of around when we're doing paranormal stuff, so yeah. So today we are going to be reading some of your viewer experiences.
I'm so excited for this.
Actually, we haven't read any of these yet because we want genuine reactions. So Alice is going to read one and I'm going to read two shorter ones. So forgive us for looking down at my phone while we are reading these.
This is the first email that we've gotten. So guys, if you don't already know, hit us up through our email.
Yeah.
It's in the description of this video and in every other video. That's where you guys can get in touch with us and share your experiences or ask us questions. We really want to develop a relationship with you guys like that. So
yeah, literally email us for anything. Ideas, thoughts, experiences. It could be the littlest thing, it could be the longest thing. We'll take them all.
Yeah.
We love reading other people's experiences and we'd love to do more videos reading them. So
totally. Our first one, which I'm really excited. And this is sent in by Steph. So back in 2012, I was living in a townhouse in St. Albert, Alberta. That's like Albert. With my ex, and he would leave around 6 a.m. in the morning to go to work, and I swear it was like clockwork. Every time, about 10 minutes after I heard the door shut and he was gone, I would hear my clothes in the closet that I had on the floor moving around, and my jewelry in our bathroom jingling. This happened more than once, so much so that subconsciously when I heard that door close, I thought to myself, oh, here we go.
oh god.
I always felt like there was a presence, and one morning I thought I dreamt of a man standing in the doorway looking at me, and then I felt like there was a body laying on top of me, making my body feel physically heavy, like I couldn't lift myself up to wake up.
Sleep paralysis.
100% sleep paralysis.
This sounds exactly like what happens to me. Continue.
I don't think I was dreaming. I believe there was a spirit in there with me. I got so freaked out I turned on all the lights. It was winter, so it was still dark at 6 a.m. and called my mother to talk with me because I was so spooked. We later found photos in the ceiling of the garage little attic it had, and there was a man in the photos. My ex's mother has also had experiences with the paranormal, and when she was visiting us, she said the blinds in the spare bedroom where she was sleeping were viciously shaking and banging against the window without wind. Another time in that same place...
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
Pictures in the attic?
Yeah, can I revisit that part?
Yeah, that...
She just like brushed over it. Like,
that's creepy.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that happens in horror movies.
Yeah.
Wow, Steph, like when you found those photos, were you like did it look like the man that you saw in your bedroom? Like, I'm so curious. Please comment below or shoot us another email. I'd love to get more details.
I'd love to know why, like, who was like, these photos need to be put in this attic.
Yeah, like how did they even end up there?
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
In Paranormal Activity, to curse that girl, they put a photo, didn't they, of her when she was a kid in her attic, but so it was like over top of her bed.
Oh,
and they cursed the photo. It was like something like that, and they put it in the attic on top of where her bed would be.
Ugh.
Anyway, that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, like, and I would also love to hear more details around like how did you find the photos in the attic and what they looked like.
Yeah.
Because that's such a major detail, and I want more.
I want more. We need answers.
So here's another experience she had. Another time in that place, we had visitors over, and one of them had sunglasses on our island in the kitchen, and I swear they just randomly flew right off the counter and onto the floor. Very strange. Very strange indeed, Steph. That must have been so weird. Like, wind can't do that.
No. And I love skeptics are like, it was the wind. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
Gale force winds in my kitchen.
where
Is that what
do
it
you
was?
live?
Yeah.
Where the wind is like, I'm sorry for you.
It's just that old kitchen wind rolling through.
Sorry, Steph. Okay. This next paragraph involves a different place she lives, so she's experiencing multiple
Okay.
paranormal things.
Alrighty.
We also lived in another place after that, and my ex's sister thought she saw a man inside the house in the window from the driveway.
Okay.
He also expressed to me that he had experiences too. Since we've broken up, I haven't had any experiences like that. That is so interesting.
I wonder if it was attached to him.
Because it's his mom,
Yeah.
his sister, and
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
that are experiencing these things.
Okay, go on. Let's see what else,
Sorry.
because there's still a lot of story left, so I'm curious.
I sometimes get the feeling like there might be something or someone in the house, but I haven't had any strong enough feelings to confirm just the feeling of someone watching sometimes. And sometimes it sounds like someone is dropping something on the floor upstairs when I'm downstairs. But I feel like because of my ex and maybe his mother, they had spirits that found them, or something was somehow super drawn to them, and that's why I had those experiences back then, because it may have just been to do with them. Just my thoughts. Yeah, that's totally what we were thinking, Steph. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not experts in this, but...
No, that's definitely what it sounds like.
That's totally what it seems like.
Yeah.
And another part, I also quite frequently have many, many very realistic dreams. And often I have signs in the dreams of things in my life that are about to happen. Clairvoyance. And sometimes happen the next day, and I get chills when I remember I dreamt it.
That's the best.
That's
I love
so
those.
cool. Yeah.
Unless it's like something horrible that's happened, but
yeah, of course.
oh, I love when I have dreams and then they happen and I'm just like, yeah.
Did it. Oops, I did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. They also sometimes involve my family or friends and can be so random and insignificant. Like, for example, just the other day, I dreamt I was talking with my friend Shelby about going on a trip to Mexico, and I went on Instagram that morning to see her message about it, and she accidentally sent me a voice recording of her and her sister talking without realizing, and in it I could hear her sister saying, "Yeah, you should totally go," etc. When she finally read my message and realized she had accidentally sent me a voice clip, she was like, "What the actual heck? My sister just got back from Mexico and was telling me I should go. How weird." That's really cool, Steph.
Yeah.
I hadn't spoken with her in a little bit, so I had no idea her sister was in Mexico. And another time, I had a dream I got stuck in an elevator, and the next day I got stuck in the elevator where I was working. Another time, wow, you've had so many of these experiences. That's awesome.
Being stuck in an elevator would be really scary.
Oh
I'm sorry.
my gosh.
I just
Especially
have
if
to mention
like you dreamt it, that would be horrifying enough, but then to actually experience it the next day, it's like,
there's
oh,
like
come
no,
on.
and there's like no, for me,
just did this. You
there's
know?
like no, you don't, when you get stuck in an elevator, it's not like you know when you're going to get out.
Yeah.
And you could be in there for hours. Oh my god, that gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Devil?
No.
Where all those people get stuck in the elevator?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Yeah? Is it like paranormally?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, cool, okay, then I'll watch it.
Anyway, that's what that forever, like being stuck in an elevator will remind me of that, and it's scary.
Ugh. I dreamt I had ran a stop sign by a high school, and a day or two later, I hit a patch of ice and slid right through that same stop sign. These are just a few amongst many. I need to start writing them down. Yeah, Steph, you totally should start doing that.
More will happen if you start writing it down and confirming to the universe that it's actually happening. More will happen, for sure.
Absolutely, and it sounds like you've got a real case of the clairvoyance.
Yeah.
So if that's something that you'd be interested in strengthening, you should totally, like, you have it in you.
Yeah.
You just have to help it blossom, if
Yeah.
you will. I've had a psychic in the past tell me I have psychic abilities. Okay, I was just saying.
No shit.
Within my dreams. And I didn't say anything about it. Hit the nail right on the head. Thanks for listening to my
we
story.
just said that.
Oh my god.
We
Why?
just said hit the nail on
I
the
keep doing we keep doing
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Thanks from Steph. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Steph,
Yeah,
for emailing
thank
us.
you.
This is awesome.
That's a good read.
I'm sorry, like I was trying to put emphasis where I needed to, but because it's not me writing it down, I kind of did that in the wrong spots sometimes, and I'm sorry for that.
No, you did good. You did good.
But yeah, this is
interesting.
a really, really interesting set of experiences.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for sending that in. Okay, so this next one was the second message that we got. This is, she told me that it was okay for me to repeat her Instagram handle. Yes, so this is, an Instagram DM, and it's from Mama Yogi North. I hope I said that right. Looks like that's what it would be. Okay, so she says, the husband of the elderly woman we bought my childhood home from passed away in our house a few years before, and I always had the feeling someone was there with us in the house. You would get the anxious feeling when leaving the basement and run upstairs as fast as you can, not looking behind you, and sitting in the living room, you could see from the corner of your eye a dark shadow figure come down the spiral stairs and into the kitchen or living rooms. This reminds me of your freaking other house. Not the one we just investigated, the other one.
The one
running up the stairs, seeing shadow to the corner of
Guys,
your eye.
I have so much to tell you about this other house I lived in, but we'll touch on that another time.
Yeah, that's the house before the house. Before the house.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't sleep alone. I probably slept with my mom until I was 14, and we moved out of the house after a failed attempt at home renos. I would hide under my white baby crochet blanket, pulling it over my face, creating a white shield, and once I woke up to his shadow figure standing at the end of my bed, and his big black arm reached out, pulling the blanket down, sliding it off my face, and I pulled back. I was in shock. He was always taunting me, and when my parents started renovating, the energy in the house shifted and cupboards started opening and closing. Can I just say that that isn't like one of my biggest fears? Is like, I have dreamt multiple times about waking up and coming in my kitchen to get a glass of water and all the cupboard doors being open, and then like having a panic attack that wakes me up in my sleep. All the cupboard doors open, that freaks me out so much.
The fact that you have prophetic dreams and you're like dreaming that is like really not cool.
No, I haven't had dreams like that in a long time. Now that we're talking about it, I'll dream about it.
Oh.
But there was like a time where like I dreamt about it a couple of times, like in 1 month span or something. But it's probably because I watched a movie and I was like, that's fucking terrifying. And then I dreamt about it. But anyway, that terrifies me.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened.
My parents said that they were feeling bothered by the spirit in the house, and it was affecting my dad's mental health. So we sold the house and moved, and recently I saw it was for rent. I called and asked the owners if they thought there was any spirit present in the house when they lived there, and completely renovated and changed the house, and they said no, they didn't feel anything. That's very interesting.
Can I just touch on the whole, like, when they started renovating, that's when things were happening in a more intense way?
On top of it, sorry, my voice, I'm gonna get a cold or something. On top of all of that, why did, when the new people renovate, nothing happen?
Right, I see what you're saying.
That's interesting.
Right. Yeah.
So then she also writes, to this day, I prefer not to dabble with spirits. It freaks me out a little. I've always known that they were there and know there's good and bad spirits. I just respect them and let them be. When my grandma was passing away, she said she would come visit me when, in the spirit world, and she gave me her crystal ball. It's got really intense energy. It almost set my wooden bookshelf on fire with the sun shining on it. Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
I got chills when she said about the crystal ball.
God. Crystal ball, amazing. The fact that it is from somebody else who you loved that was spiritual too.
That's so
triple
cool.
amazing.
Especially because they say like sometimes those can be portals too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So maybe she can visit her through that.
Maybe she's watching you
Like
through
planning
that, keeping
ahead.
an eye on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks for sending that in. That was a good read as well.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued by those experiences that you had. That must have been really terrifying as a child.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And the fact that you still remember it so vividly, like, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Awesome. So the next one we're going to read is from Brooke. So she says, "Hey, my name is Brooke, and I've just seen your post about DMing you about ghost stories." Awesome. Well, I've always been able to see ghosts, mostly when I was younger. It all started when my mom started dating my now stepdad. Whenever he was over, I would see this little black figure go into my mom's room, and then again I would see him go down the hallway with a ball. I then saw him one day as I was watching TV in a hospital dress out of the corner of my eye, just staring at me. Come to find out, my stepdad's son died at 13 from brain cancer. Wow.
Wow.
Also really sad.
That's so sad. Oh my gosh.
Another freaky story. My dad owned this restaurant that used to be a house. I remember one time being in the basement of the restaurant, which was a bar. The bar was closed and I was watching TV when all of a sudden something literally pushed my chair forward. I didn't think anything of it until I remembered that there was a ghost, and then I proceeded to haul ass up the stairs. Well, so there must have been like a known ghost in that house, and so she wasn't thinking about it probably until she put two and two together.
Yeah.
And another time at my dad's, it was late at night and I had a feeling I was going to see a ghost that night. I tried channeling whoever it was not to scare me. I heard pots and pans from downstairs in the kitchen start to rustle. I then could actually feel something coming up the stairs. I blinked and there right in front of me was a little girl. I was in so much panic, I blinked again and then she was gone. It turns out that this little girl fell into the well in front of my dad's restaurant and died. Aww.
Oh my gosh. Wells were such a hazard back then.
Oh my god.
Seriously,
Yeah.
like, kids were falling in wells all the
Yeah.
time. Sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive. Like, that's really, really sad, but like,
That
you
is a
know?
huge hazard.
Yeah.
Talk about a real life ring moment. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Ever since that day, I never wanted to see ghosts again, and honestly, I don't, but I still feel them and I sense their energy. Now, I should also add that all of this started when I was like 7 or 8, and my encounter at my dad's restaurant was in a small town where I grew up. Like maybe 300 people live there, or maybe less.
Wow.
Well, thanks, Brooke. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, it is the best when you see something, feel something, and you get validation, like, come to find out this little girl died, or like his son died.
Yeah, the fact that you've had like validation.
So you know you're not crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's who I saw, not who did I see, why did I see that?
Yes, and like you feel crazy sometimes when these
Yeah.
things are happening. You're like, hello? Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? But
Having that validation just puts your mind at ease, even though,
such
I
a
mean,
good feeling.
you did see a ghost, so how much ease is there, I don't
Yeah.
know, but you know you're not crazy, right? So
Yeah.
awesome stories, guys. Thanks for
Yeah.
sending them in. Please send
Send
more.
please.
We would love to read more stories. We love that.
I'm so excited that like finally we're reaching people and
Yeah.
people are reaching us and we're able to share our stories. Like the fact that we can get, how do I say this? It's just, I would love to find like more and more proof that there's like
An afterlife.
an afterlife or
Yeah.
like something other than just this dimension, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something. So the more stories we hear, it's just, it feels good. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah, it does.
And to feel like we're not alone either. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely not alone.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us again, guys. And remember to like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever we post videos. And always remember
To live your life with love and light. We'll see you guys next week.
bye.